So it's time now to step into the ring as the Jamaica Boxing Association, the JBA, is set to stage its first fight card for 2025, Saturday at the Stanley Couch Gym in downtown Kingston, with 13 bouts scheduled to take place. 11 fights are on the undercard with 3 junior and 8 amateur bouts across 6 weight classes, ranging from lightweight to amateur light heavyweight. 2 professional clashes are set to end the night with a welterweight bout between Juzir Ironman Heron and Darren Avatar Weir before the much-anticipated main event between 2 undefeated cruiserweight boxers, Kivonna Zombie Willis and the 2022 Caribbean champion, Jaden Mad Slug Eccleston. Here to tell us more about the event is the Jamaica Boxing Association president, Stephen Bomber Jones. Bomber, by the names that we just went through, I think the fans will be excited already to go and see the action.
They're more than excited.
Who is this Mad Slug?
Mad Slug is, he was one of our more promising amateurs, wanted to represent in the road for the Olympics, but with the COVID stopping the transition thing, they got derailed. So turned pro and based in Cayman, and he had his first fight against Fabian Tucker, Truck, and nobody out here has been able to stop Truck, but he stopped him in 2 rounds. So same common turf now.
So is he favorite then to beat Zombie Willis?
Well, Zombie's a bad boy.
When you say bad, what do you mean by bad?
I mean, like, he's very confident in the ring, not easy to stop, and don't fear anybody. I mean, we were saying, Zombie saying it's time for me to go pro. And we were like, you don't want an easier road, and the Mad Slug, he's like, no, put me with whoever it is that is in there. We got to go through them anyway. But he's had a good career and amateur career, so, all of them. So it'll be a very, very good fight.
Yeah, Bomber, part of this is sort of a transition from your Gloves Over Guns series and, trying to direct some of our youth to more, positive things in life because there are so many distractions these days. How is that catching on, and how will this event, be a part of that?
So it's been catching on. We're very encouraged with what the initiative does in the communities in terms of it being community cohesion, in terms of the mentorship and the counseling. So the Futures event, which is the last Saturday of every month now, which this show tomorrow represents, was born because the youngsters were asking for a platform to showcase the skills. They're saying we're doing what we're saying, what we promised. We're here. We do the counseling. We do the mentorship. And we believe in the mantras of the self-worth and the discipline. So they're saying that they've been training but feel like they don't have a sports day. So all the shows that we had that were going around the islands with the fight nights, they featured the more elite boxers and the higher pros. So we said we have the Futures now. So this platform now will show the most grassroots boxing, where surprisingly a lot of the high schools are now coming in. A lot of the kids are from the high schools, and the principals are coming and saying they're seeing what the program has done. So now each month we will be featuring 2 of the schools that are in the program with the kids there. So it's just blossoming into better than what we could have expected. Yeah. So it's good.
And of the 13 bouts, how many of them will be allocated to the youngsters?
So at least 5 in terms of youngsters, where I can say the high schoolers, where the grassroots, some of them having their first bout tomorrow, And then after that, now we have the more elite amateurs, those that would want to get to the Olympics in 2028. They use this platform as well for the activity. So those that will represent us on the international stage are national boxers. So those would be amateurs, but very more seasoned, and represent us, and then we go into the pros.
Yeah, I'm happy that you spoke about that Olympics in 2028, because I know earlier this month there was a coaching clinic put on by the JBA. Of course, with that vision in mind, getting these coaches ready, getting them up to par to ensure that, they're ready and they are able to impart what they know to the youngsters. How did that go for you and your team?
So, fortunately for us, I say fortunately because I believe in this new international federation that's governing body on the road to the Olympics. It's called World Boxing. And Jamaica is a part of one of the federations that make up World Boxing. And where it was before, the International Boxing Association, if you trained a boxer and he was very talented and he made a national team, as a coach, if you weren't 3-star certified with IAPA, you wouldn't be able to travel with him. Yeah. Right? What the difference is now that whichever coach that we've certified on our banner, the Boxing Association, can travel with the coach, with the athletes, as the athletes are comfortable with them. So that's what. So we've certified 20 a couple of weeks ago, and some of those were for a national level, but a lot was also for the fact that it's growing in the high schools. So some of them are PE teachers from schools wanting to understand the blueprint that we have.
Yeah, and as we're planning ahead, and I mean, people may say 2028, we're already talking about the Olympics from now, but I always tend to find that the successful countries, they put a lot of effort into planning. How pleased are you with, you know, the talent that you've been seeing coming through the ranks as we get ready for the Olympics?
So we've always had a talent. We've never, where we've lacked has been the activity. So tomorrow, for instance, that's what we hope to be the first of 10 shows that we'll have from the futures where they'll be able to use the platform. So once they have the activity, then our talent will find its way to the top where Jamaica will represent as it does in every other sport.
Yeah, I want to go back a little bit to the Gloves Over Guns initiative, because I think it's such a wonderful initiative. First of all, who coined that phrase? Because it's a money maker.
You see, it actually came through, we have monthly board meetings on the association level. Probably, I think it may have been Kingsley Goodison, one of our past board members. We were in a couple of years ago when we were speaking about going into the communities. You know, we worked in with the Jamaica Defence Force to go into Denham Town, and we wanted to carry this program, which is a sport for development initiative using boxing as a platform. You know, and it was just the Gloves Over Guns is the mantra that we wanted to hold with it.
Yeah, so big up to Kingsley first of all, because that's brilliant. Give us a little bit more in terms of the specifics of the program. How do you recruit? How do you decide what communities you go into? What are the specifics of what the kids have to do? And what the general response has been like in terms of their overall interest in the program?
Okay, so originally there's a program called Fight for Peace International that's based in Brazil and London, and they use the boxing to go into the favelas, and they invited 10 NGOs a couple of years ago to see the program. They came to Jamaica and went into 6 communities with the Jamaica Boxing Association, giving the coaches to use the mandate that they had and to use the structure. So the input that we gave and the coaches that were involved started having an impact immediately. And from there we said, you know what, if we can extrapolate this into other communities around the island, then it will help be a game changer. It will show the shift in community behavior, which is what we want. And so we partnered again with the JDF and to move outside of the 6 communities that we were in, which was Parade Guards, Denham Town, Tivoli, a couple others. We had to call it a different name. So we said the Gloves Over Guns, and so we went from there to Olympic Gardens and to Montego Bay, and but basically, we have 3 gyms that are under the Boxing Association, which would be Stanley Couch at Parade Gardens. You know, we have the Montego Bay Gym, you know, which deals with at least 10 communities in the One Giant Park area, and then we have GC Foster that came on board to be the hub for the Spanish Town area. So basically, we welcome everybody in the communities. They just have to agree that, you know, kindness is contagious when they come in and they understand the mandate that before you box, they agree to open up, take the counseling, take the mentorship, and to mentor each other, look out for each other, brothers keeper, sisters keeper, and go with it. And if you do that and not get yourself in trouble, which we found that we don't have to tell that, you know, then they get to showcase their skills on the platform like tomorrow. Yeah,
so many questions coming out of everything that you just said. One of them being, because I'm happy you spoke about Montego Bay and Spanish Town, because so often in Jamaica, when you have a lot of these programs, they are centered around Kingston and St. Andrew, and the rural communities get left behind. Although still a lot of towns, Spanish Town, Montego Bay, are there plans to get it into more rural areas and more rural inner city communities as well?
Without a doubt, it's basically an inner city community that we started off first. It was targeting communities first that were affected by more effective violence than not, and then it's just spread. But the number one currency we have from the program has to be human capital.
Yeah.
So basically, the boxing part is easy, but we want to make sure that wherever we're targeting children. You know, once they leave, they know they have a safe space to come to, and once they come to that safe space, they have to know that there's somebody there, a mentor, or a coach that acts as a mentor and a guide. You know, so this is the reason for us having more certification, going through more, just introducing more coaches around.
Yeah.
And so Ricardo Smith is somebody who we are in conversations with big time in South,
Yeah.
where's the next place we want to go. You know, so we
Awesome.
want to, Portmore is the last one we went to, but Ricardo has such a presence with just the people in the community and the kids there, and him being one of the contender champions, the original. You know, people like him would work very, very well with the program. So once we identify the human capital that would be considered the mentor and coach, then we can go into any community we have. So
yeah, it sounds amazing. And how often are these sessions? So I'm involved in the program. What does it look like for me? How many days am I involved? What am I doing on those different days?
So fortunately, we've had Sandals Foundation has come on board, and Dr. Escape Foundation, and most recently KFC. And we're in conversations with Food for the Poor. So we are as strong as the partners that we're with.
Yeah.
And so ideally for us, it's at least 6 days a week. You know, so in certain areas, in Olympic Gardens, it's every weekday. In Montego Bay, we're able to do it up to Saturday. You know, so it's once they leave school, they come there from like 3 to 6, and they don't want to leave. So we have the kids there. What we want to do now is get a workshop with the parents as well, so that what they stay at home, they don't, you know, the communication within the home has to be as strong as, you know, the parents have to be on the same page. You know, so they love it, but we need to have the workshops with them so that we can have the trip with everybody.
Yeah, this sounds amazing, by the way. Absolutely love programs like this, and maybe one of these days the Jamaica Boxing Association can put together a document, and Lance and Mariah, we can spread it right across the Caribbean and have similar programs in other Caribbean countries as well, because a lot of the issues that you are targeting are not unique to Jamaica. But spread right across our region, so it really would be wonderful.
No, without a doubt. I mean, wherever we can assist,
Yeah.
you know, and accept the assistance.
All right, Bomber, we're going to leave it here. There's an issue that we have to discuss. We don't have the time for it now, but I know that world boxing is fractured at the moment. The world boxing and the IBA are rival bodies to take over, so we're not even sure if there will be boxing at the Los Angeles 28 Olympics. I know the JBA is aligned to world boxing, but countries like Guyana and so on have embraced IBA, so that is a topic that we've got to discuss sometime soon,
ready.
because it is worthy of discussion.
Yeah,
Don't
for
worry,
sure.
Lance. I'll meet him at tennis, and I'll take him back here, and we can discuss both things.
Yeah,
Keep the talk serious, Lance. Keep the talk serious.
we heard that there was a tennis clash between you and Ricardo that been pending for several years, and it hasn't happened.
About
I'm
10
not
years.
sure. I'm not sure why it hasn't happened.
I'm waiting.
One reporter is suggesting that you're ducking.
10,000 hours make a professional. I'm only got about 2. You understand? Levels to the thing.
Yet I
Levels to
only
the
need
thing.
1.5.
All right, break time here on the SportsMax Zone. Zone Update 2 comes up next.